It was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. Two young people, a converted van, an open road stretching across America, national parks, mountain sunsets, and a dream shared with millions online. To the world, Gabby Petito seemed to be living a life most people only fantasized about. But behind carefully curated photographs and smiling social media posts, another story was unfolding. A story few people could see. A story that would end in one of the most widely followed true crime cases in modern American history. This is the story of Gabby Petito. Gabrielle Gabby Petito was born on March 19, 1999. Friends described her as creative, adventurous, and compassionate. She loved art, she loved photography, and she dreamed of building a life centered around travel and exploration. Like many young people, Gabby was fascinated by social media creators who documented their journeys across the country. The idea seemed magical. Freedom, adventure, no schedules, no office, just endless possibilities. Eventually, Gabby and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, decided they would pursue that dream together. In 2021, they converted a white Ford Transit van into a tiny home on wheels. They planned to travel across the western United States, national parks, camping sites, hidden scenic locations. Everything would be documented online. It would be their new life, and for a while, it appeared perfect. In July 2021, the couple began their journey. Their social media pages quickly filled with photographs of breathtaking landscapes, towering mountains, crystal clear lakes, golden sunsets. The images painted a picture of happiness. Two young travelers chasing freedom. Thousands of people followed along. Many envied the lifestyle. But social media often shows only what people want others to see. Behind the photographs, the reality was more complicated. Long road trips can test even the strongest relationships. Constant proximity, financial stress, fatigue, isolation. There is no escape when disagreements happen. The couple spent nearly every moment together. Tensions began building, and eventually, those tensions would become impossible to hide. August 12, 2021, Moab, Utah. A witness called police after observing what appeared to be a domestic dispute involving the couple. Officers located the van and conducted a traffic stop. Body camera footage captured the interaction. What unfolded would later be viewed by millions. Gabby appeared emotional, crying, apologizing, struggling to explain what had happened. Brian appeared calm, composed, polite. Officers attempted to determine what had occurred. Ultimately, no charges were filed. The couple spent the night separated. Gabby remained with the van. Brian stayed elsewhere. At the time, it appeared to be a temporary conflict, a difficult day, nothing more. But after Gabby's disappearance, the footage would be scrutinized endlessly. People watched it over and over again, searching for clues, searching for warning signs, searching for the moment everything might have changed. In late August, communication between Gabby and her family became irregular. At first, there was no reason to panic. She was traveling. Cell service was often unreliable. Days could pass without contact. But then the silence continued and continued. Her family grew concerned. Something felt wrong. Text messages arrived that seemed unusual. Calls went unanswered. The young woman who regularly communicated with loved ones had seemingly vanished. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, something shocking happened. On September 1st, 2021, Brian Laundrie arrived at his parents' home in Florida. He was driving Gabby's van, but Gabby wasn't with him. No explanation was offered. No missing person report was filed. Nothing. For 10 days, Gabby's family desperately searched for answers. Meanwhile, the van sat in Florida, and Gabby remained missing. On September 11, 2021, Gabby Petito was officially reported missing. The story exploded across news networks. True crime communities immediately mobilized. Social media users began sharing her photographs, her videos, her story. Within days, Gabby Petito's disappearance became one of the biggest missing person cases in America. The public demanded answers. Why had Brian returned home alone? Why wasn't he cooperating? Why was nobody explaining where Gabby was? Questions multiplied by the hour. Then came another shocking development. Brian Laundrie himself disappeared. Authorities launched massive search efforts. The FBI became involved. Law enforcement agencies across multiple states worked together. Meanwhile, ordinary citizens contributed in ways nobody expected. Online communities examined photographs, videos, maps, timelines. One breakthrough came from a travel vlogging couple. They had unknowingly recorded footage near a Wyoming campsite. In the background, investigators spotted Gabby's white van. The discovery dramatically narrowed the search area. Suddenly, investigators knew where to look. The mystery was beginning to unravel, but the answer waiting ahead was heartbreaking. September 19th, 2021, Grand Teton National Park. Investigators located human remains near the area where the van had been seen. Soon afterward, authorities confirmed the worst. The remains belonged to Gabby Petito. The 22-year-old had been found dead. The nation mourned. The young woman whose adventure had captivated millions was gone. An autopsy later determined that Gabby died by homicide. The cause of death was manual strangulation. What began as a missing person investigation had become a murder case. But one crucial question remained. Where was Brian Laundrie? As investigators intensified their efforts, Brian remained missing. The search expanded across Florida's Carlton Reserve. Airboats, drones, search dogs. Law enforcement personnel combed through difficult terrain. The public followed every development. News helicopters broadcast live updates. Speculation exploded online. Some believed Brian was hiding. Others believed he had escaped. Weeks passed. No sightings, no answers. Then, in October 2021, investigators located human remains in an area previously flooded. Dental records confirmed the identity. The remains belonged to Brian Laundrie. Near the remains, investigators discovered personal items, including a notebook. The story was nearing its conclusion, but another revelation was still coming. Inside Brian's notebook, investigators later found written statements. According to authorities, Brian admitted responsibility for Gabby's death. The notebook provided the closest thing investigators would ever receive to a confession. There would be no trial, no courtroom testimony, no cross-examination, no public explanation. The person accused of killing Gabby was dead. For many, the confession provided answers. For others, it raised new questions. Questions that would never be fully resolved. Only two people truly knew everything that happened during those final moments in Wyoming, and both were gone. Gabby Petito's story resonated far beyond the details of the case. It sparked conversations about domestic violence, social media, relationships, and the warning signs that often go unnoticed. Millions revisited the body camera footage. Experts analyzed the interactions. Advocates discussed how abuse can remain hidden behind seemingly normal appearances. Gabby's family transformed unimaginable grief into action. The Gabby Petito Foundation was created to support efforts related to domestic violence awareness and missing person cases. What began as a personal tragedy became something larger, a movement, a conversation, a reminder. The images remain frozen in time. A young woman smiling beside a mountain, a white van parked beneath a western sky, a dream of freedom, a dream of adventure, a dream that seemed limitless. But behind every photograph is a reality we cannot always see. The story of Gabby Petito captivated the world because it felt familiar. Many people saw pieces of themselves in her journey, their own dreams, their own relationships, their own desire for adventure, and perhaps that is why her story continues to resonate. Because beyond the headlines, beyond the investigation, beyond the tragedy, it is the story of a young woman whose life should have been filled with countless more adventures. A life cut tragically short, but never forgotten.